I did. Yeah, I got it this morning and printed it off. I thought I could already send it off.
That would make things go a heck of a lot quicker. Welcome to our Wednesday, September 10th Commissioners Meeting. If you'll join me in the pledge and a short prayer. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, we come together to conduct the business of our county, and we ask that you be with those in need who need your help and assistance and guidance morally and ethically. We ask for your guidance in making good decisions for our county. All these things we ask in your name. Amen. Have the commissioners had an opportunity to review the claims? And if so, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. The commissioners had an opportunity to review the claims.
Motion to approve.
I think we just did claims. Did we-
Okay, I meant minutes,
Minutes, yep.
but okay.
Okay, second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Commissioners had an opportunity to review the payroll.
Motion to approve.
I second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. We have the treasurer's monthly report for July. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
I second.
Motion made and seconded to approve. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Next, we have, I'm not sure. Do I see Mr. Green? I was gonna say, because we normally don't do planning commission public hearings, but there is there's going to be one at this building on Thursday, September the 18th for the redevelopment commission RDC requesting commission approved use of the Shell building on Brooks Drive. Corey, do you want to comment on that at all, or? It's here, so.
So the reason why the commissioners received a notice is because you're an adjoining property owner. And so as part of the plan commission rules, legal notice is put in the newspaper at minimum 10 days before the hearing. And then notice is provided to the adjoining property owners per the rules and procedures of the planning commission. And so the redevelopment commission has entered into a letter of intent to sell the Shell building to the Kentucky Association of Electric Cooperatives. The Kentucky Association of Electric Cooperatives is the parent company. The trade name would be United Utility Supply. And so this would be their first location in Indiana. And they sell utility infrastructure to utilities. An example of a purchaser would be the Henry County REMC.
Mhm.
And so the purpose of this, in compliance with the overlay district, the County Road 400 South overlay district, it does not need a zoning change. It is zoned appropriately. But several years ago, we put in the overlay district, and that's what that hearing is about. It is to confirm compliance with the overlay district, and I see no issues in bringing it before the planning commission. I say that, I mean, it's up to them to vote, but if I think there's going to be an issue, we don't even entertain it. So this is a really good opportunity for the county. About a dozen jobs over the next couple of years, but it's really helpful to our partners at the REMC.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Next informational is from IDEM for the Grady Foundries approval for their air permit. And we also have one from Keystone Cooperative for, let me see what this one is. Just for being permitted listed company, you might be properly your company being permitted because you represent a local entity of government. It's their operating permit. So those are informational. Next, we have IT's monthly report for August 25. Do I have a motion to approve it?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes 3-0. Mr. Murphy, do you have an update?
I do, it's a fairly lengthy one, so I'm willing to go at a different point of the agenda out of fairness
To everyone in the county?
But I do want to give an update, so you can't adjourn.
Ah.
Please.
I don't see anybody from the chamber. So Josh, you can go.
I'll do my part, make it like 3 minutes. Okay, hot off the press, on the 10th of the month, we get the UGS claims info through 3 months. Looked great. We're running 18% below expected claims. So kind of status quo where we've been. One large claimant out there, which obviously not gonna talk about in this meeting, but so, nothing right now on the horizon that looks like it would be a problem. I need 2 signatures today. We did get the Humana Medicare renewal. It's a 3% increase, $432 a month to $447 a month. So again, status quo, pretty much what we've seen for 15 years from the Medicare Advantage renewal. Assuming that you don't want to make any changes, which we certainly can look at plan changes if you decide that you want to. I just need a signature on that, which I'll give you in a second. And and Joel is in the loop on this, and he and I have talked about this at length, and I'm not gonna really belabor it in this meeting, but we moved the public officials and employment practices liability to Chubb 3 years ago. The law enforcement obviously went elsewhere, which precipitated the move anyway. So Chubb has, like all policies do, public officials policies have a law enforcement operations exclusion, a medical malpractice exclusion, you know, and it's intended really to be, we're not covering those things. We're covering public officials' employment practice as well. We did have an employment practices claim come in from a jail employee, and the adjuster basically said, hey, the underwriter missed. Basically, we have an endorsement that clarifies that we still are going to cover employment practices liability for jail employees, even though we exclude jail operations. We really need to go back and put this on, which we're willing to do. But there's two ways to do it. One's called a coverage reformation, which basically the CEO of the company has to sign off going back 3 years, and it's a major pain. The other option is just for us to sign a letter that says, hey, there's nothing out there that we know about, and they'll go back 3 years and put it on there. I'm proposing we go ahead and sign that because there is nothing out there. It's going to expedite the process. The current claim is at a point where we need to probably not wait longer. Joel and I have had a lot of conversations. I'm happy to have more conversation if you have any other questions. We're just trying to fix I mean, my opinion, this underwriter is about 25 years old. When he got this call from the adjuster, the conversation I had with him was like, I didn't even know that was in the library and that it needed to be on here for clarification. So they rated for everything. It's no additional premium. They contemplated the law enforcement employees and on the policy, all that. It's just really a clarification that was the intent. So I just need signatures on, you know,
And you are.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, are you good with Medicare just as is? Yeah. I mean, obviously it saves us hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, of those people being on our regular plan at $400 a month. And includes the drugs.
Let me fill it all out or just,
Yeah, I'll do it.
okay.
Do that one too. You just.
Maybe with everyone, get on the board.
He's gonna take up too much time.
Thanks, Josh.
Anything else?
For me, you guys good? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Good job.
I will.
I'm willing to wait.
You are.
Man, doesn't matter to me.
Does anyone in here need to go before Corey?
Well, go ahead, you'll have an attentive audience. If you do go over your allotted time, remember, there are people in the back of the room with firearms.
Okay, great. I'll get my pink card out. I gave you a stack of papers. I'm going to walk through them. I have 3 items for you. One I'm requesting action, the other 2 are updates. And so the first is in light of David Gratner's passing. And what a fantastic individual. I'm so pleased to have the opportunity to work with him and get to know him. But in light of his passing, we have a vacancy on the County Redevelopment Commission. And I'm here to recommend Melissa True to fill that vacancy. Melissa is a lifelong Henry County resident, and her current role professionally is she's CEO of the Henry County REMC.
So you need action on that now?
I would, if possible.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made and seconded to approve Melissa to the board. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. The second item is a ready update. I have given you a copy of a PowerPoint. The Regional Steering Committee met in August, and I just wanted you to have the Ready One updates from the region. So a 65% drawdown on a regional basis is really important. We've made that milestone. So that triggers eligibility to draw down Ready Two funding. And then you can see the current disbursement status in Ready One. All regional projects have received at least one disbursement. Going to the next page is Ready Two updates. You know, there was a bit of a pause. The new administration put a pause and wanted to review the program, but that pause has been lifted. And so we were one of the first two projects to be approved in the region. And that's our Newcastle residential project with the groundbreaking on Friday at 1:30. And then you can see the pre-commitment and the pending compliance 6, and then pending pre-commitment. So these are, you'll often hear me saying, and maybe I need to come up with a different metaphor, but those are all different levels of Jumanji. Pre-commitment, pending compliance, you know, where we want to be is approved for compliance. And so that gives you an idea of the language. The next document, I'm going to leave this to you for your review. But this was adopted by the Regional Steering Committee. I've made reference to it in previous meetings, but it is the detailed reallocation policy. So if a project in any of the counties is unable to use their Ready Two allocation for whatever reason, and there could be numerous reasons, because projects, you know, just think of this project here, right? I mean, it wasn't a Ready project, but projects move, projects change, things come up. For whatever reason, if a project that was previously allocated funding can't use the money, this policy lays out how the reallocation occurs. It's a lot of words. I didn't write it. I did vote for it. But here's the, yeah, I can be brief. You guys should chuckle at that. The goal of the policy is to leave the money in the county. However, if a county, not just county government, but if that geography of local leadership can't get their stuff together, then there is a mechanism to take that funding and move it to another county. But the goal is, the first priority in this policy is to leave that money in the county in which it was allocated and move forward. That is the long and short of the policy. I'm happy to answer any questions, but I wanted you all to see it. You guys are intimately involved in our projects in one way or the other, primarily supplying local match through your food and beverage. And so I'm gonna give a similar presentation to the county council with their permission. Sorry, you have to hear it twice. So there's that. Any questions on that before I move to a totally different update? All right, the third item, super exciting. So I've given you a plat. It's a bit of an eye test. But there are lots, there are lot numbers. And so this is in the industrial park. And so I am talking about lot 4. So for those at home or in the room, lot 4 is on the northwest corner of Brooks Drive and Hayes Way. I practice that a lot because I'm directionally challenged. Said differently, it is north of the Shell Building, across Hayes Way. So lot 4 is what I'm referring to in this update. In May of this year, I hosted a site visit from a consultant and a company representative. They were visiting our Shell Building. That's what brought them to the community. As it turns out, the Shell Building was a little bit too large for them to start. And I've already disclosed to you that we've signed a letter of intent to sell it. So those two things caused me to say, hey, let's go outside, and I pointed to lot 4. And I said, why don't you build there? Well, I think that's going to happen. There's a lot to fall apart, but we're headed in that direction so quickly that I've given you a procedure update that I'll come to in a minute. The name of the company is Ennio, E-N-N-I-O. And typically I would not announce it at this stage, but we are moving fast on a lot of different processes. And so I talked to the consultant this morning and asked their permission, right? Not my money, not my story, but I felt it was very important at this meeting and at the county council meeting later on today to let you all know kind of what's coming down the pike, give you an opportunity to digest, give you an opportunity to ask questions. So Ennio is based in South Australia. They are a family-owned company. They've been around since the 1950s. Their product and their market has changed over the years. They've adapted. But what they want to do here and what they've done since the mid-1980s is they are a food packaging manufacturer. One of their customers, not their sole customer, but one of their customer is Boar's Head. But they sell all over the world. They need capacity in the United States. They have a small plant now. It's leased. They're out of room. Their lease expires third quarter of next year. The goal is to have this facility operational in such time that they can do an orderly transition and not have to stop production, which is driving this timeline. Ideally, they are able to get on to lot 4. And now you know why I showed you it, because I'm gonna say lot 4 a lot. They can start turning dirt late November, early December. And construct approximately 25,000 square foot facility. Expandable as the business grows, if it grows, but their initial size would be 25,000 square feet. In that facility, there would be 3 functions: the manufacturing, offices, and associated warehouse. They are committing to hire 50 new employees over a 5-year period. I said new because they have about 15 currently that may or may not come with them. So on September 8th, earlier this week, the Redevelopment Commission took the first step to do a plan amendment. And we've been through plan amendments before. We typically do one about once a year. This one wasn't planned, but I'm glad we're doing it. And the primary purpose, well, the sole purpose of this plan amendment is to carve out lot 4 and make it its own TIF allocation area. It's already in a TIF allocation area now. It's in the industrial park TIF. We want to carve it out and make it its own. The other thing that we want to do is provide the ability for the redevelopment commission maybe to offer a forgivable loan. The approval process on that is the exact same as the Economic Development Commission bond process that was most recently done for Ashbury Fields from a process standpoint. Or we could go back in the Wayback Machine a little bit farther, and it's the same approval process as the Boar's Head expansion. At the end of the process, bonds aren't issued. A forgivable loan with performance requirements or a reimbursement agreement between the redevelopment commission and the company is entered into. This is new for us. And so I will be relying heavily on Baker Tilly. And Baker Tilly will be at a council meeting in October. And thankfully for the council, you'll hear more from Baker Tilly than me. The exact structure hasn't been determined because we want to be most helpful to the company's needs and also be responsible to our elected officials.
So does it need to have its own TIF to do what you're describing? Is that the,
It is
Need
most
for it?
efficient and effective for us to do it that way.
okay.
Yes. So looking at the timetable, we started the plan amendment. And so there's two processes in this document. One is the plan amendment. Second is the Economic Development Commission bond approval process. So you are involved by statute. Corey didn't make this up. Corey didn't choose this. You are involved in the plan amendment process. The council, well, the Economic Development Commission and the council are involved in the bond approval process. So we started on the 8th. It goes to the Plan Commission on the 18th. They weigh in on whether this action jives, my word, jives with the county's comprehensive plan. Then that action comes back to the commissioners. Then the Redevelopment Commission holds a public hearing. That public hearing is already scheduled for October 10th. And then final action on the plan amendment comes to you on the 22nd, October 22nd. And then sprinkled in there are the dates and the publication requirements for the Economic Development Commission. And for the record, that is different than my employer. Economic Development Commission is a 3-member board set up to review economic development financing proposals, and they make a recommendation to the county council. Those 3 members are Mike Broyles, Josh Estel, and Joe Copeland. That board was reassembled in response to the Ashbury Fields project. And so that body will be called upon to meet and hold a public hearing. But I'll leave the rest of that to you. I wanted to take this time because the client's timeline, they want to be operational. And if you've ever built a building, that's fast. That's really fast. If they move forward, Runenbaum is their contractor. That was their decision, not ours. Could this fall apart? Absolutely, it could fall apart. Financing unrelated to this could be an issue. But we're moving so fast. I could have given you 2 more timetables, but I didn't want to take up more time. There's another timetable to get in a position where the Redevelopment Commission can dispose of the ground. And then there's a Planning Commission aspect. The same process that I talked about the Shell building, the commission approved use in the overlay district, that needs to occur for this project as well. And so those three timelines are running simultaneously. And so you're gonna get notices, you're gonna see stuff in the mail, so I wanted to publicly give you an update. Why is Corey sprinting and out of breath? Well, the first reason is I'm out of shape. The second reason is we have a really good opportunity here for 50 new jobs in our industrial park. And one of their customers, not their only customer, is an existing tenant in our industrial park. Questions or concerns at this point?
I think we're good.
Thank you.
Exciting.
you.
Thank you.
You should.
Looking to see who all's here. Braden. Joe, you have anything? Highway Department? Steve? I don't see Mr. Green. Josh? Debbie? I don't see Jenny. See Cave. Jody. Lisa. Okay. Gabe. Ryan. Mandy, you or Lucas got anything? Okay, Bill. Troy. I think that runs through all of our department reports. Next, under new business is our 2026 claims schedule to be approved.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded to approve claim schedule. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion carries 3-0. Next is our payroll schedule to be approved for 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Next up is a subdivision participation release form, which I had said something to Tom Green if there was anything we need to do, and basically we don't, so.
This is for the opioid.
Oh, it's a opioid?
Yeah,
Okay, so apparently I misunderstood that, so.
yeah. Political subdivision is what.
Okay. So this is just accepting the opioid settlement.
Correct,
And-
yes. The form settlement
Okay.
agreement.
National Prescription Opioid Litigation.
You've approved this form.
I thought we already had.
Well, for each manufacturer that settles, or each manufacturer group that settles, they require a new one.
Oh, so we need to approve this one
So
then?
yeah, you just need to approve entering into the settlement.
Motion to approve.
I'll say, would ask, did anything change?
Sorry, Steve.
No, I mean, the amounts that each, and this may relate to the Purdue Pharma settlement because that has finally gotten in a position where it can be resolved. And so I think that is what this particular form relates to Purdue Pharma. And so eventually the county will receive an additional share of opioid funds.
Okay. Now, do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is made and seconded to approve. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Next on the itinerary is the tabled appointment for the Henry County Health Board Trustees selection. Do I have a motion?
So I have a meeting with John Madison next week. I'm trying to get contact information for Erica Gilman. So my preference would be to table for 2 more weeks, if the board's comfortable with that. That's a motion, and motion to table for 2 more weeks.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Any comments from the public? Con Ed, you're a quiet bunch today. Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for coming. That was painful.
What'd you say?
I said that was painful.
Okay.